Hi, YouTube friends. I'm Heidi Villegas with Healing Harvest Homestead, and I've just had a really busy morning. It's like 8:45 already, and we've done a whole bunch of things, and I just thought I would share some of these with you because I want to show you that it's really easy to preserve your own food and preserve your harvest. And even if you don't have a garden, you can go to one of those pick orchards and gather things. But I just want to show you what we've accomplished so far this morning in about the last, I would say, 3 hours maybe. So right now you can hear in the background, we've got our pressure canner going. It's going with our first batch of bone broth this morning. And this is bone broth that we started the day before yesterday. So I let my bone broth go about a day and a half. And then I go ahead and I can it up, and it turns out beautifully. This was our first bunch of jars from last night. And we're getting ready to have another set. And then we've got another set on the counter back here ready to go when this one is done. So altogether, that's 5 gallons of bone broth that we will have yielded from that one big stock pot of broth that we made the day before yesterday. So my point is, in getting on here to show you some of these things is that you can do a lot of things in a little bit of time with some planning and with a little bit of effort, and then you're going to have food for the winter. So let me...
That has to be turned off.
Oh, sorry. Mr. V is going to turn off the pressure canner. It's time for it to relax. This isn't a pressure canning lesson, but basically you figure out how much time you need to pressure can your meats or your vegetables for, and then you just let it go. You have to time it for when the pressure builds up to a certain place on the pressure canner. And when it's done, you turn the heat off and then you leave it for a while. And that's another video for another day. But anyway, recently I did a video on possible food shortages. And, you know, I don't know if that's a true thing or not. And we don't go crazy prepared here. It's just the two of us for the most part. But we do have food storage, and I hate wasting food. I hate it. So when we have tomatoes in the garden, I do something with them. When we have, if Mr. V has a good fall hunt, we do something, and we do something with all the parts. Like, we just don't let things go to waste, because number one, what the earth yields us, what God gives to us, is a blessing, and I don't believe we should be wasting it at all. And there are things you can do with it to have for later on. An awful lot of the food that we eat during the winter time, we have prepared in the summer and the fall, and we're healthy through all the winter, and we have enough food, and we really have to go to the grocery store very, very little. I'm going to go get a towel and lay over this batch of, these are dehydrated tomatoes, and I'm getting ready to make another batch of sun-dried tomatoes and also tomato powder. Hold on, let me just grab a towel, because the little welcome visitor, this little fly, wants to visit my tomatoes. That's not going to happen. So but anyway, I want to talk about how we got all this meat so fast to go ahead and get bone broth going. Every year, we stock up our freezers with vegetables that we grow or food that we harvest, including medicines, and we save it up for later, because we can't, there's just the two of us. I have no help. And so we do everything ourselves, and we preserve like fiends, like madmen, in the late summer and the fall, but we still can't get everything done. So the freezer is a really handy place to put things. Like, you can just put tomatoes from your garden directly into your freezer. And then during the winter months or the fall months, you can take them out and can them, and that little fly, and make some gorgeous tomato sauce or tomato juice or salsa, whatever you want to make with it. So that's one of the ways that we actually eat off of our garden all year long. So with this food storage, which is just what I was talking about, you know, I just think it's wise for everybody to store up a little bit of something, something in your cupboards right now. And I'm just going to kind of do a little repeat quickly of the other video I just did, where I actually listed a lot of the steps you can take right now. But we're seeing empty store shelves here where we are in the Idaho Panhandle. And I know many of you are. In my natural living community, I've had community members write in from all over the country, and they're talking about how they're observing empty store shelves too. And I'm not a fear monger, and I really try not to buy into the all the fear stuff. But I've seen a few different preppers types on YouTube who do their research, who actually have researched what's going on with the economy, and they're saying a food shortage is coming too. So, you know, who knows if it's true or not, but really it's time to go ahead and start preparing. So one of the things you can do, even if you live in the city, is you can go to the store or go to your local butcher, if it's a healthy butcher and doesn't buy CAFO meat. You guys get good bones, and you can make your own bone broth. All right, you can easily make gallons of bone broth for pennies. I think if I put a price on what this bone broth cost us, it's zero, except for time and effort and, you know, just developing the skill set. And it's so worth it. Yeah, 5 gallons of really healthy, good bone broth for nothing, because we grew the vegetables and we actually hunted for the deer last year. So everything we have in this bone broth came from our property. For other people who don't have a property like this, and our property's not massive, by the way, we're on 27 acres here, and really only about 10 of it are usable. The rest is forest. But even if you're in the city, you can go and purchase good bones and make gallons of bone broth. So, you know, when you go to the store and you see those cartons of bone broth that are like, I don't even know how much they are, $4 or something. You know, you can actually make your own, and it's way healthier, and it's thicker, and it's better. It's just better in all ways. So my point is in all of this is that you can get a lot done in a little bit of time. You can do a lot with what you have. This is hawthorn tincture that came from a tree in our yard, which I'm going to get ready to strain off and bottle up. I've got other herbs over here I'm getting ready to work with. My tomatoes that I dehydrated the other day, so I'm getting ready to work with those. And again, it doesn't take a lot of time. It just takes a little bit of planning, and it takes some knowledge, which is easy to find. You can look on YouTube. Hopefully you subscribe to my channel, and you need to decide what's important to you. So, you know, doing all this may not be important to you. Maybe you don't use bone broth. Maybe you do. But you need to, you know, make a list of the things that you can do right now to start having a pantry that is workable for you and your family for the months to come, just in case. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. I don't know what else I want to say here, but yeah, we've been up for just a few hours, and we've already canned and getting ready to prep dehydrating food. I've actually gotten a few other herbal tinctures done. We made a golden seal tea watch here. This is going to go on my cat's eye for her. She's got an eye infection. But, you know, these things, learning how to work with the gifts that God has given us, the plants, the animals that he's gifted us with, learning how to work skillfully with these things safely and effectively is one of the best things, one of the best gifts you can give to yourself. So, you know, I don't know, take courses, watch YouTube videos. You can visit my school, the Healing Harvest Homestead School of Botanical Arts. I focus on plants and plant medicine mostly in my school, but we also teach soap making, and we're going to be adding a lot of other offers soon. But, you know, take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves in these times and be observant. Know what's going on in the world. Like, I see so many people walking around and they don't realize that, I don't even think they notice the store shelves are looking a little different right now, you know, and maybe they're not in your area. I have a hypothesis. I think in the cities, the big, large urban areas, I think the supply chains work a little better. It seems like people in the cities don't have the deficits that sometimes we do in the rural areas. But I know it's really hard to get some items where we live, so we make it. But I can also tell you that by making it, it's way healthier and way better. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this quick little chat, and I really hope that next time you go to the store, you just kind of do it with intention to look around and see if you can see anything different going on. I would love it if you would share here anything you've noticed in your area, or if you're in my natural living community, which there's a link in my description section, you can link over to that and join us over there. It is free. I occasionally do free lessons over there and chats. I also have my student groups over there too. So it's a wonderful place to be. And stay tuned for more videos and things like that. And by the way, I just want to invite you to watch my channel every day, because I'm getting ready to set a challenge for myself, a video a day. It's going to be a video a day for the next 30 days. So that's going to probably start, I'm thinking, maybe this weekend. So anyway, I hope that you have a really good day. Be sure to subscribe. If you're interested in working with herbs medicinally, I've got a lot of videos on the channel so far, or using essential oils skillfully. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Guess what this is? This is bone broth that we're just starting. And yes, we're putting elderberries in it. These are actually frozen berries that we foraged for last year. And we are going to head out today to go gather a whole bunch more. But we usually freeze several gallons to get us through winter, because we make the syrup and the tinctures and all that good stuff, and then we share with our neighbors as well. But this bone broth is going to be very special because we decided to add some elderberry to it as well. And what is in here is deer bones. We've got like quite a few of those. We have tomatoes, zucchinis, we've got garlic, we've got onion, we have vinegar, which actually helps break the bone down so the marrow releases its goodness into the broth. And we have jalapeno peppers. So bone broth, guys.